Hey, welcome in Huntsville. Another wonderful good morning to you. Thanks for waking up with us.
What do you love about Huntsville? What makes this a great place to be?
Everyone here is very genuine and very kind and friendly. You never hesitate to speak up and say hello or good morning or just acknowledge the person walking by.
The thing that I love most about Huntsville, I love the peace that Huntsville brings. I love the peace that it gives me.
I feel accepted and part of the town and like I belong here.
Huntsville is where my lovely wife lived when I met her, so I moved here. So I'm pretty thankful for her.
All right.
We're bucking for you in Huntsville, Texas.
Hello, I'm Billy Cauthen, the Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home.
Hey, it's Kay Boating with Tomorrow's Pros Montessori Schools.
Good morning, Huntsville.
Good morning.
Hey, I'm Karen.
I'm Toy. And I'm Denise.
And from all of us at Walker County Federal Credit Union, good morning, Huntsville.
You want to sing a little church hymn this morning? Rugged cross.
Only if I can nap through it.
Yeah. Many of them old church hymns put you in a good mood.
Yeah.
Do you know?
Turn me up a little bit.
Turn it up some?
Turn it up.
I always like leaving you low. Keep
Low
going,
and
Billy.
slow.
Say slumble bumble.
Slumble bumble.
Slumble boo boo.
Slumble boo boo.
You got it there?
I got it.
You got it, slumble bumble?
I feel great.
I feel like a slumble bumble this morning. I don't even know what that means, but oh, buddy. Billy, I want to say thank you to Billy real quick, man. He's a friend behind the scenes, and I've been I said something earlier. You know, I feel like I need to practice what I preach, and can I be raw this morning, Billy? Is that okay?
Sure.
I want to be raw, man. I told someone the other day, I said, I feel like I'm always a victim, and I get on this show and I tell people that we're not victims, we're victors in life, and I need to really focus on my own words, man, because I feel like sometimes people that are close to me, like Billy and like my wife and, you know, close friends, they know that the stress that I'm under on a daily basis, and, you know, Pastor Jason, he and I talk about that a lot, and then I get on this show and I'm saying, hey, how are y'all doing? Hey, good morning. It's a great morning. Let's all just put it aside. And the reality is I want to be real with you, because everything that I say on this show, I mean. I really do. And I have received, you know, the enemy tries to attack me through the mind, Billy, saying that you're getting on this show telling people to find joy in all circumstances, yet you yourself aren't joyful in some things. I'm joyful in a lot, but there's some things I'm not joyful because of stress. But the enemy attacks me through the mind, telling me that I shouldn't be on here talking like that to people if I'm not doing it myself, because that's hypocritical. The reality is we all have a purpose in life, and the Lord has blessed us all with talents. And, yeah, we need to lead by example. We just said a prayer before we went on. I said, Lord, help me to lead by example. And I try hard every day to lead by example. But I want to bring this full circle, because I had a lady the other day at HEB, and I am joyful. I'm happy. I'm thankful. I'm grateful. But there are mornings, like this morning, there's mornings where I'm like at my wit's end, man. It's like World War VII sometimes with trying to get my children rowdied up and get them to school on time so I can be here. There's pressure every day, especially and I'm grateful. I really am. I'm grateful that my wife has a job, but when she goes to work at 6 a.m., man, the pressure is on me tremendously. I'm not being a victim. I'm just being raw and truthful that there is so much pressure because I know that I've got to be here. I've got to leave the house. If I don't leave by 7, I'm going to be late. And so my goal is always try to leave the house by 6:50. And we get the kids in bed usually 8:30. It's plenty of sleep for them. They sleep throughout the night. But it's the morning routine that's not easy, and especially when my wife has to be at work at 6 a.m. some mornings, so she'll get up at 5. I'll get up with 4:45. The alarm goes off. I'll get up with her. But then I know that there's going to be a challenge of, is it going to be a red light day or a green light day? And I pray for a green light day. Green light day means, boy, everything's good. You ever been in a rush and you got to get somewhere and all the lights are green and you just get there and you're like, man, I got 20 minutes to spare. Mm-hmm. But then there's those mornings where you go through town and there's red light. Everyone, and then you're sitting there like knocking, like, why don't the city? And it's not even their fault.
I still blame it on the city. I got so many beefs with the city.
But you go through it like, why can't you sync these lights up?
Why can't you answer the phone when they call? Yeah.
But I started thinking, this morning, Billy, that the enemy will attack us. He does attack. That's the only way that Satan gets to us, through our minds. Tries to beat us up, tries to tear us down, tries to make us feel that we're not worthy, tries to make us feel that we can't do things, try to make us feel that we're not even in a relationship with the Lord sometimes. Honestly, that's the truth. There are some days I know in my heart that I follow the Lord, but through my mind, there's some days, like when my dad passed away, I was doubting things in my mind, not in my heart, because that's where the enemy attacks you. And trying to bring this full circle this morning as I was talking about, getting on this show and saying, hey, good morning, everybody, be mindful, be grateful. And then there's days where I just have a down day, like this morning is one of them, honestly. But then I meet a lady at HEB. That I had no idea who she was, and said she's a faithful watcher of this show. Kind of like, I finally got one of your stories, man. I was happy. I finally got a Billy Cauthen story.
Oh, yeah.
And she had told me, I didn't know who she was, and she told me, she said, I watch y'all show almost every morning, and she said the things that you and the others talk about have inspired me in my life. And she said, it's inspired me to go create my own podcast and do some things now, and just to be good to people. And so that's my challenge to myself, as it is a challenge to you this morning, is it's okay to speak truth into people's life, even if sometimes you are battling certain things. One thing I'm battling is stress, and you and I were talking about this. One other thing I'm battling is learning to say no. It's important in life to say no. I'm so grateful to be able to help people but it's like I had 2 more texts yesterday, people wanting me to help with some things, and I had to say no. Yeah. It's like I'm getting texts right now about broadcast tonight. Do we have the link for tonight? Yes, we'll get it in a minute. There's so many things every day that it's the weight of everything you got to do every single day.
You got to think of it like a bucket of water. And you let people come and get a scoop of your water because you want to be helpful. Well, if you're not careful, eventually there'll be no water for you.
Yeah.
Because they've taken it all.
That's good, man.
So just bear that in mind.
I feel like my bucket's there ain't no water in it right now.
Right. You got a hole in your bucket.
And none of this, and I want to be transparent too, none of this is related to the ministry work at all. That bucket is full. I'll tell you, man, the Lord has filled that bucket up, and
that bucket overfloweth.
It's overflowing, man, and it's overflowing with goodness, because I'm going to tell you, Billy, just like you in the funeral home business, I know you have a passion to serve families and to talk to people. And there's something so special about being in an industry like that, being in ministry. Yesterday we said our final goodbyes to a great man, Ed Arthurholt, who was heavily involved with the Gibbs family for many years, and then worked for Sam Houston State University. He was involved with the agriculture department. A true cowboy. You think of a true cowboy, that guy was a true cowboy. And that's the moments that you realize what a blessing it is to be in a place to where you can serve people and serve families. And as we exited the service yesterday just hugging his wife and telling her that you love her and that if she needs anything to let you know. That bucket is full, Billy. That bucket is splashing with water, and I'm thankful for that. But it's the other buckets in life sometimes that run dry. And it's like I was telling my wife the other day, I said, if I could spend every moment up here at church with her and my family and my kid, I would. I'd have a bed right here in the studio and just be up here at this church, man. But anyways, I just wanted to spread a little, a little truth this morning coming out of my heart for what I felt, especially, everything that's going on the past couple of days. And this morning as I, was getting my kids ready and I was getting frustrated because my little girl was taking her sweet time, wanting to get up and causing trouble. But in that moment, I did pause and I said, "Thank you, Lord, that I'm here and I get to be with my children."
You're actually gonna miss that one day, believe it or not.
I am, and the other thing is, it hits different. You know this as a dad. You'd hear terrible things happening to people years ago. I would, and yeah, I would kind of cringe but I wouldn't shed a tear over it. And man, when I heard about, and I don't care what people's political beliefs are, and Jason and I had a really extended show about this yesterday, but when I heard about what happened to Charlie Kirk, my brother called, I said, "What?" And the first thought that came over me was this tremendous anger. But then that, you go through the grief process, right, I guess. And that was one of those guys that you didn't have to ever meet him to know him. You know what I'm talking about? Does that make sense? You ever felt like that? Like there's someone that you never really met in life, but you feel like you knew him.
Yeah. He
was one of those guys because he was so relational in the way that he could talk to people. Most importantly, his faith. And my brother called me, and I couldn't comprehend in that moment. So of course I got on my phone, I immediately went to Fox News, and I read what I saw, and I said, "My God!" And the first thing that I saw, and Billy, this is where I'm getting at with you being a dad, me being a dad, anybody that has children. I saw a picture of that man and his wife and those babies.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when it hit me. Because I thought about immediately, what do you do as a dad when you see something? You think about your children first.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought about those little babies growing up without a daddy. They're at the age to where they're probably not going to remember dad hugging them or walking with them and holding their hand. And so their impressions or their thoughts or their idea of their daddy is going to come out of videos that they've seen of him online as they grow up and stories that other people share. I know, Billy, like even for you lost your father, unfortunately, at a very young age, but you got to know him a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
You have memories of your dad, right?
I do.
And those little babies, they won't have those memories. Maybe, you never know. I mean, I remember something when I was 3 years old. It's the first memory I ever had. It's my mom giving me a head wash in the kitchen sink. I don't know how I remember it, but I do, man. Because it was emotional.
Traumatic experience.
Yeah, it was. I remember I was screaming, man. I remember it distinctively. But I feel like after what happened Wednesday, there is I don't know, man. There's like this sense of, I don't know. It's not. I don't want to compare it to 9/11 because that's not fair because 3,000 people lost their life on that day. But any loss of life is terrible. But it does have that same feeling in a way. I don't know what it is. And I think what it is because the internet's so terrible that even when you're not looking for stuff, it pops up.
Yeah, it finds you.
And a stupid video that I wish it's going to be etched in my memory for the rest of my life popped up of that happening. And it upset me to see that. And I said, I remember looking at it, and I said, I hate the internet. Because you're just sitting, what are you doing? You're on Facebook, right? And you go here, and what does it have? It has these little reels, right? Mm-hmm. And what do? You sit here, and you flip up. And, well, I'm sitting here saying, or you flip to the side, and 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 you flip to the side. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
And you're just scrolling. And and then you see things on here, and as a human, you get drawn in, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so you'll see, and you're like, wait a minute, what's that? And then before you can shut it off, you've seen something that you don't want to see. That's why I hate the internet sometimes, man. It's good, but it's also bad. And I saw that, and then immediately I thought of those babies.
So now you know how I feel about AI.
Yeah.
It's good, but it's bad.
Yeah. So, well, anyways, I just wanted to kind of get that going as we roll here, episode 500.
And not a cool number.
Well, 591. That's kind of cool.
Yeah,
591. Let's do some math real quick.
Did we miss a payment at Rent-A-Center or something?
Why is that?
My big clock back there is gone.
Yeah, the power, unplugged it, then the TV's off. I did this to see if you would notice things, because you're the connoisseur of noticing things. The purveyor of time. The purveyor of artifacts in a building is Billy Cauthen.
So I could go work with Derek at the museum.
Yeah, you could. You could see things that maybe he's never seen.
Maybe if he gives me a call, we'll talk about it.
You could look at a Sam Houston letter and be like, Derek, you know that little squiggly line on there? Have you ever noticed that?
It says Made in China on the back.
Oh,
Jacqueline's grandmother had she had an antique store over here on 12th Street, and people would come in and try to sell her stuff, and sometimes she would buy it, and I'd be like, man, did you look at this? I didn't think antiques were made in China. But that's the moral of the story.
There it is.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey, I appreciate
I'm done for the day, people. I'm just going to sit here and sip coffee. And
I have to mention something real quick. Remember I was telling you about the things I do the night before to get things ready?
Sliding out of this chair.
I made it good for you.
You armor-alled it or something?
Yeah. Remember what I told you before? I said, I try to do things the night before, and sometimes it works. Most of the time it does, but sometimes it doesn't.
Oh, you're married. It's never going to work.
Well, our good friend Miss Linda just commented something that I want to mention.
Okay.
She said, prep the night before for the next morning. Get your kids to pick out their clothes for the next day. What was I talking about before I came in?
Miss Linda, I normally ride with you on everything you say because you are all-knowing. That mess don't work no more.
There's something, Miss Linda.
Because it's amazing. It's amazing.
Kids are different.
What was great last night is the worst thing ever this morning. I have fought.
Oh, man.
James was never a problem. The girls, on the other hand, they would get together and spend all night coming up with their outfit. The next morning, they show up wearing something completely different.
Miss Linda, you are right 90% of the time. But this morning, because we do that, we really do. We go over her clothes.
Lay your clothes out.
We do. We go over her clothes in the morning, and she gets excited about them.
Yeah, no, they're all about them that night.
Oh yeah, she was excited. She's been doing it. We talk about what we're going to have in it. Braylon, when we get up in the morning, we're going to have a yogurt and this, and she's all happy. Everything's great. And then what happened this morning? I don't want to wear those clothes now, Daddy. I said, well, too bad. We picked them out last night. No. I want to wear my jeans and flower shirt. I said, Braylon, you can't wear that. It is dirty from yesterday. You wore it yesterday. And that little toot runs and goes and digs them out of the dirty clothes hamper and starts to put them on. I said, Braylon, you cannot wear those. If it was the weekend, I wouldn't care. But the problem was she was running around yesterday at school. They're dirty. She's got markers on them. I said, you cannot wear those to school again. We have not washed them. And that's what created the whole blah.
You ever drive home in the evening, you park your vehicle, you get out, you go in the next morning, you get in your car, and like the radio's blaring and jamming, and you're like, holy crap.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it's like with kids. They're vibing that night. The next morning, totally different person,
It's a whole different radio show.
Whole different ball of wax.
My kids will go from listening to like CeCe Winans. They love worship music. It's cool. My little son, as a dad, it warms my heart. Because here's my little boy, and he'll just sit on the couch, and he goes like this, like in the praise music, right? He loves it, man. But then all of a sudden, Braylon one day hears that, what's that, Benson or whatever, Benson Boone or whatever, beautiful things that I got. I don't know what you know what I'm talking about? Please don't, I don't know, something that popped up. Now, so she'll go from that joyful to like, and it's not a bad song. It's not the one she wants to hear is not a bad song, but she'll flip script. She'll go from like this CeCe Winans worship music to this Bo Bent, whatever his name is.
Yeah, at least it's not gangster rap.
Yeah, not yet.
Not yet.
So, anyways, that's how we're rolling for episode 591. Big thank you to Elliot Herzlich from Elliot's Jewelers. He's online at elliotsjewelers.com for all your jewelry needs. And also appreciate Billy Cauthen, Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. They are serving this community, have been since 2002. And Billy, appreciate y'all very much. I want to show you something cool that I hope you're going to be excited about this. Has Jason told you about this yet? Jason Thompson?
Mm-mm.
All right, well, check this out, buddy. I'm going to show you live right here. I have an announcement to make, friends. We have launched the new Hello Huntsville. Even though there's still some bugs behind it, I have launched the new website. Now, Billy?
Are they crunchy bugs?
They're crunchy. They're kind of crunchy bugs. I want to show you something for Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. But I value y'all so much. You don't even sponsor this. And I said, I don't care because y'all have been so good to me for so many years. It's called added value. Are you ready for this added value?
I'm ready.
I wrote a script that goes to the Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home obituary section. It will scrape your obituaries from your site, and it links them up on Hello Huntsville.
Well, look at there.
Before, I had to do it manually. And it was about a 3-hour integration. Thanks to AI, I was able to figure it out, but it was still about 3 hours. I worked on it the other night. Now, watch this. Watch this, Billy. I go here to log in. I log in on the website. I've got an administration area that I go to. You ready for this? Now, watch this. I go to Run Obituary Scrape. Now, as it does that, it is scanning your website in the background. No new obituary since the last time I ran it. Now, it'll also run once every 24 hours on its own. But if it does find some, I can review them, and then I can approve them. And once I approve them, it puts them right here on our website. Now, here's the cool thing about it. If folks go to our website, go to obituaries, here's all the wonderful people in our community that are in y'all's care. So I know that there's, folks that have passed away that may be from other funeral homes or that are under their care.
How dare they?
But we can't post all of those. But one thing that we can do is post the ones that y'all have. And so any person that is under the care of Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, we have the ability now to put those under our website to help just to share the memories.
That's a good reason to entrust your loved ones to us.
And see this right here when you go here, just like Miss Spence, 93. What a wonderful life, living to be 93. That's my grandma. She lived to be 93. But it will have the service information, which y'all have a service today.
Yep.
Are you doing that service?
I think Jason is.
Jason is.
I mean, I'm co-signing it.
But it will put all the, and here's the other great part that you'll like about this, Billy. If you want to see the original, you click on View Original, and what does it do? Takes you right to y'all's website.
Oh, man, it lets you order flowers and everything.
Does the whole night. And that's y'all's website.
Wow.
So anyways, I wanted to share that with you. I was waiting to share that with you until we did it live on the show. But it's just a way that I wanted to say thank you to y'all for all that you do serving families here in the community.
I thought you got us gift certificates to the Huntsville Burger Quest.
We can get those too, buddy.
Okay.
So, well, man, let me know real quick. What have you been up to? I know it's been a busy week, man. You weren't here last week. I went to go on, and then you got a call literally right as you pulled up.
I knew it too because I have the police radio in the car, and as I was coming down 30 to get here, they were calling for certain person's assistance.
Calling for backup.
Yeah, I'm like, here we go. So yeah, there was that, and then just doing things, working out, trying to eat better, and went up and visited James yesterday, day before. Mr. Independence up there in College Station now. Yeah, that kid, God Almighty.
It's broken your heart.
It has. Let me tell you, I have probably talked more to my son in the last 2 weeks than I probably have his whole life.
You ever call him Bubba?
Oh, yeah, all the time.
Hey, Bubba.
Hey, Bub. Bub, I call him Bub. Hey, Bub. He'll just like when he gets out of school or whatever, he'll call me, and I look down, it's been like 30 minutes, and he's still just rattling on about stuff. I go, all right. He's in the firefighting school, and yesterday they ran 120 flights of stairs or whatever in honor of the 9/11, and I was like, man, was that their tower is only like 6 stories tall, so they would run up the 6 flights of stairs, run down, and then they had to circle the building and do 20 push-ups and then do another. And I guess that allowed all of them to rotate through. And I'm like, man, on top of running, y'all were pushing up, and yeah.
Yeah.
So, but we took him out to dinner the other night, and it just, I don't know, he's really embraced the being on his own independence. Because like last weekend, the football game was there in Bryan. So we went up there and we're like, hey, man, we'll come up and we'll go eat. We'll go to the football game. And then, you can follow us home. And he's like, no, I'm just going to stay here. Like, you don't want to sleep in your own bed? I got one. I'm just going to stay here. So we took his dirty clothes home and washed them, and he came in Saturday just long enough to get his clothes and went back. Excuse me, let me rephrase it. He came in long enough to get his clothes, get a meal, and he went back.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, I'm trying to embrace it while I got it.
Matter of fact, I'll show you a picture.
I'm trying to embrace it while I got it, Billy, because I know one day it ain't going to be there. They grow up quick and do their own thing, and now you're going through that with your boy in a way. But he's embracing you even more, man, which is awesome.
Yeah, that's his class.
Check that out.
And he's
where are they doing that at? Yeah, look at that.
It's at the Brighton Fire Field in College Station.
Awesome, man. He's got a big. That's a big.
But see,
class.
that's that thing. They had to run those flights and then come back down.
Yeah.
So I mean, they were in the sun and the heat, getting after it.
I love it, man.
So.
Well, hey, let's take a quick break. Many of you are chiming in this morning. I'm getting emails from even more stuff I got to do, so that's wonderful. Great. I've had 4 emails and 2 texts this morning of more things that I've got to get done. Boy, what a great! It's going to be a fun weekend, buddy.
No.
So, hey, we'll take a break. These things are what. This is what's messing people up.
It's too easy to get a hold of people.
Yeah, let's take a break because I want to take a break and reset. And I'm gonna give you an idea during the break of something that we can talk about. Okay, I don't want to just blindside you with it. So we're gonna take a break. During the break,
you're gonna give me a warning.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you a warning, and then we're gonna talk about something that I think is really important, and it relates to these things and technology, and it's not AI. So don't worry. So we'll take a brief break. Hey, more to come as we continue on. Do us a favor and let us know that you're out there. Many people are chiming in. We always love to see you here on a Faithful Friday, brought to you by Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. We will step aside. We'll take a break, and when we come back, well, we got a little teaser. It's something that we're going to talk about relating to these things.
I'm working this weekend, so for the first one of y'all that's like, have a great weekend.
Billy's working. We'll take a break. We'll be back in a moment. Stay with us. It's your show. This is Good Morning Huntsville, and we'll be right back after this. Stay with us, please.
Hi, I'm Billy Cauthen, manager of Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. We know times of loss are tough, and you need a place to feel comfortable and cared for. At Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, we pride ourselves on being with you during those really tough days. You can rest assured that we will be on your side and by your side every step of the way. Thank you for your trust. Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, supporting families every day, every step.
At Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools, we're not just a place where children pass the time. We're not a daycare. We're a child care center focused on growth, learning, and discovery. Every day, children engage in meaningful activities that build confidence, independence, and a love for learning. From reading and math to social and practical life skills, our students are active participants in their development. Ready to give your child something more? Visit tomorrowspromise.info and discover what makes our school different. Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools. Education you can trust.
Imagine a voice of hope reaching every corner of Huntsville, from homes and hospitals to prison walls. That's the heart of Spirit Radio. We're a truly local 501c3 nonprofit, and we're raising $25,000 to build our tower and get on the air. With your help, we'll broadcast encouragement, truth, and the love of Christ across our community and across the world through the Spirit Radio FM app. Visit spiritradio.fm and give today. Let's bring light to Huntsville and beyond together.
Since 2010, the Oak Ridge Disciple House has helped men break free from addiction, not with quick fixes, but lasting change through Jesus Christ. They've celebrated 167 graduates at Oak Ridge and 138 more at Interfaith with an 80% success rate. That's compared to just 5% in most secular programs. The fact is, Jesus works. And now, celebrating 15 years, they're building their third house in Tennessee and just launched a women's program, Restoration Ranch in Texas. It's all for God's glory. And here's the heart of it. They never turn anyone away for lack of money. In fact, 95% of families receive scholarships. As one person put it, don't talk about it, be about it. Every penny counts. Donate today at oakridgedisciplehouse.com and help change a life forever. The Oak Ridge Disciple House. Online at oakridgedisciplehouse.com. Real recovery, real hope. This is Guardian Defense in Huntsville, Texas, a trusted family-owned and operated gun store and range in the heart of East Texas. Guardian Defense is your one-stop destination for Texas LTC, NRA basic pistol and rifle courses, pistol refresher training, as well as a wide selection of quality firearms and ammunition. At Guardian Defense, empowerment is within reach through their Texas DPS-approved license to carry classes. Certified instructors will guide you through every facet of firearm safety, conflict resolution, and the pertinent legal aspects. Book now to become proficient and responsible in handling a firearm with complete confidence. For the eager learners, the fundamentals of pistol and rifle usage await discovery in their comprehensive 8-hour NRA basic courses. You're invited to connect with Guardian Defense on Facebook and Instagram, or give them a call at 936-293-0364. You can also visit them online at guardiandefensellc.com. Guardian Defense, your reliable partner in mastering firearm safety and acquiring quality firearms in the heart of Texas. This is KHSP-LP, Huntsville, Texas, the spirit of Huntsville.
This is Billy Cauthen of Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, and you're listening to Spirit Radio, the spirit of Huntsville.
Braylon, say, this is Spirit Radio.
This is Spirit Radio.
Spirit of Huntsville, Spirit 94.3.
All right, friends, welcome back at it. It is Billy Cauthen and our good buddy Billy, your old pal Rob here. Your old pal. You ever use the word pal?
No.
Hey, pal.
Hey, pal.
Hey,
No.
pal. Hey there, pal.
I say Buddy Rowe, which I don't even know what. Hey, Buddy Rowe. I think that was off Dukes of Hazzard. I
Buddy
think that's
Rowe.
what Cooter called people.
Cooter?
The
Old
mechanic,
Cooter.
remember Cooter on Dukes of Hazzard?
Oh, I thought it was Cooter Roberson.
No, I think Cooter on Dukes of Hazzard would call people Buddy Rowe.
Huntsville Cooter's better.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean,
He's doing good. You know, he and Rebecca went out to eat with Karen and Russell yesterday. I saw a picture. I texted her. I said, "That's so great to see him out and
we
about."
called Rebecca the other day. We were looking for a new vehicle at the funeral home.
She's still selling them?
I don't know. Greg talked to her. Yeah, because he had her on the phone, and I was driving from one dealership to the next. Because let me tell you, them people at CarMax, man, they
they do it to the max.
Yeah, and they ain't real good at colors either.
Maximum pressure, maximum price,
It's black, right? Oh, yes, it's very black. Okay, we get down there, that thing is gray as a day.
No, because I just want. Yeah, I was taught in the car industry, get them to the dealership. I mean, I hate to say it, but that's what they taught us. They said they said sell the appointment, and it's good for sales. You want to sell the appointment because you want to get in front of people, but sometimes it's misleading.
Yes, but we needed a special car and a special color, and you said that yes, that was it.
And then you get there, and it's nice.
And then we drive an hour to get there. And, yes, it is black. It's very black.
It looks gray to me, buddy.
Yeah. If you put it in a dark room and cut the lights off, I'm sure it's black.
Yeah. Oh man.
But in the sun, it's gray.
Well, hey, real quick, big thank you to Huntsville Memorial Hospital. They are our streaming sponsor here on this program. We're able to reach so many people through various Facebook platforms, also on LinkedIn. Good morning to Clyde Law. Always like to give Clyde a shout out. as he watches us on
how
LinkedIn.
He watches us?
He does.
He just wants to talk to me.
He does. He's on LinkedIn. Many of you also listen on Spirit Radio FM and also on YouTube. We get quite a bit of engagement on YouTube. We don't get to see the entire comments that come in from all of those platforms, but we do want to say thank you for joining us, and a big thank you again to Huntsville Memorial Hospital for being our streaming sponsor and helping to make that platform possible.
So the comments we're seeing, they're coming off the Book of Face?
Yeah, off of the Hello Huntsville Facebook page, yeah. Okay. They used to come in from my personal and from many others, and now we don't even see those anymore because they've changed how they do all that stuff, which is great. But, hey, 72 degrees. We're going to get up to 93 and sunny today, 71 tonight. Perfect, beautiful night for high school football here in East Texas, and then 92 and sunny tomorrow. A little bit of clouds return to the forecast, but it'll still be pretty sunny on Sunday. And, again, as I've been saying all week, no rain in the forecast now through Thursday. So that's a quick look at your weather. Billy, I was talking about something before we took that segment break. And I was holding this thing, and, man, these things are attached to us. I think, as evolution happens, these will eventually grow into us. But I was thinking of something. That's really important. That these devices are great in a way, but just like yours, what did it do?
It just went off.
Mine dings, pings, rings, clinks, and clanks all day long. And I'll be honest, all of that noise creates more noise in my life and more stress. And I don't mean it in a bad way. I mean, it's good that we get notifications, but I think that's the problem in life, Billy, is we are notified way too much. We're notified every time something happens, and while it's good to be connected, there needs to be a disconnect. And I want to mention this in a very relational way, and then I'd like for you to chime in on this. We talked about it during the break. I think a lot of relational problems that many of us could have with our spouses or friends or family is because we are too connected.
Mm-hmm.
Back in the day, I remember, dating a young lady in high school. You couldn't wait to get, on the weekend, you couldn't wait to get to the phone and call her and talk to her. And nowadays, because why? You couldn't talk to her all day long, right?
Well, you were at school.
You're at school. So what'd you do? You pass notes, and then in the hallway you'd exchange notes. I remember this particular person, man, she'd write me notes every day, and I had a whole bag of them. But you looked forward to that.
Where's this person at now?
I have no idea. I haven't talked to that person for 20 years, man. Would never. I love my wife.
Well,
but
I'm just asking. When's the last time you communicated with them?
But Bridget and I genuinely miss my wife during the day. And when I get home, I'm so happy to see her. And it's because we don't spend all day. Now, sometimes if I'm frustrated, I'll send her. But I think a lot of the problems are in relationships and so many other things is because we are too connected. And
we're instantly connected.
And you don't have time to miss anybody. How are you going to miss somebody if you talk to them all the time?
Hey, I'm the world's worst. If I hear some juicy gossip or whatever, there's that one person in your life you tell everything to, and it's normally your spouse. Mm-hmm. If I get something juicy, I'm on the phone with Jacqueline. Hey, did you hear about so-and-so? They done got locked up, So, you tell them all that stuff, and when you get home in the evening, you're just staring at this person because you ain't got nothing to say. Because you done told them everything throughout the day. As we're back in the day, our parents, when they would get home, they would have stuff to talk about. They could talk about Johnny Joe getting locked up.
Mm-hmm. My mom and grandma used to talk on the phone for 2 hours a day. My dad would say, "What are y'all talking about?" "Oh, just the laundry." I'm doing the laundry every day. "What are you doing?" "Well, I'm doing the laundry. Even after we moved out of the house, doing the laundry. How you got all that laundry to do? You don't even have 3 kids living at home anymore, Mom. But I think that we need to make it a priority of disconnecting more. And I know that may seem counterproductive in today's society, but I've always wanted to do a study, and maybe now with research tools that are so readily available that I could do this. I know divorce is a very serious thing. Many of you that are watching the show have been through divorce. It's not easy. It's something that my wife and I made a vow that through thick and thin, and we've been through some really thick. We've been through thick that you would have bailed out. But it's by faith and coming back to our decision that we are going to be united in Christ and that we're going to do everything that we can to make sure and everything and give it to the Lord. That's the problem. See, I just said something that's not right. Do everything that you can. No, you got to do everything that you can. Yes, but you got to allow the Lord to intervene.
Is the thick the bad or the thin the bad?
I don't know.
It just hit me.
Through thick and thin.
Okay, which one of those is bad?
And I know but I've always wanted to do research on this, and I am not harping on anybody who's went through a divorce. I know that's a tough decision to make most of the time. Sometimes it's like, we got to do it, but I guarantee you 99% of the time it's an extremely tough decision. And so I'm not judging anybody on that. But I've always wanted to do research. Since the advent of texting and social media, have divorce rates gone up? And is there a direct correlation to that?
Oh, I bet.
Because think about it. You have somebody, you're on your phone, and all of a sudden you get a message from someone you ain't heard from in 30 or 40 years.
Mm-hmm.
What does that lead to?
Yeah.
It's a spark that could create a fire that could ruin a relationship, ruin a marriage. My cousin was telling me a story of a young lady that he went to high school with. He's 50 years old. And, he's not married. He's single. But he was telling me a story that, he got off Facebook because of it about 10 years ago. He said, I got this random message from someone I ain't talked to since I was in high school. And that was 30 years ago at the time,
Yeah.
And I said, well, what'd you do? He goes, well, I really liked her. But then I found out she was married. And here she was reaching out to me, trying to talk to me.
See, luckily I don't have to I don't have to deal with that. So.
But he deleted his Facebook because of it. He said, I didn't want to get involved with some married woman. But that's what I'm talking about. The technology has made things so easy for people now to do things and to give in to thoughts and actions that they shouldn't be given into. And I think that it has created problems in our society. And I'm on my phone all the time. Trust me. My excuse is Facebook pays me to be on. I get a little check from Facebook every month. It's not much. So I post a lot, but I also use it to inspire people and to try to lift people up and encourage them. That's what I use my Facebook for. But I really do. I want to do some research on that, Billy. I really do want to do some actual scientific research. Is there a direct correlation? And I would think that yes, there is.
I can save you some time. Just Google it.
Yeah, just chat GPT it.
Yeah, or as we call it at the funeral home, just juggle it.
Just juggle it. That's the new one.
Yes, me and Carrie are the only two that know about juggling. There's a comedian that I like to listen to. He's extremely funny. Just a kind of a regular dude or whatever. He used to be like a John Deere mechanic, but he does a good job of changing his voice or whatever, and portraying to be other people, and he just juggle it.
Just juggle it. That's the way to do it, man.
Here's somebody contacting me now.
Yeah, see? Well, hey.
Apparently the access to the building has been denied for certain people here.
Yeah. Here at this building?
Yes.
Who's trying to get in?
Kyle Kreiner.
Oh, yeah, I didn't unlock the door this morning. Is he still here?
I guess.
We'll take a break and we'll go let him in.
Yeah.
So
hold your one horse.
Hold your horse there. So, well, let's do it. Let's take a break. I want to come back and talk about another something I thought about this morning or last night. It may have been this morning or last night. I can't remember. I forget if I just drank that water 2 seconds ago or not. Well, let's take a break. I want to talk to you about unity, and unity in a specific realm of things that I think is really important, and it ties in perfectly with Billy sitting here because there's some collaborative efforts that go on between a couple of things that Billy and I are involved in. So we'll talk about that when we come back. Stay with us. Do us a favor. Let us know what you're thankful for today. Many are chiming in this morning.
Share, and send a check.
Yeah, like our friend Adrian Hunter from Cabins and More of Texas saying good morning. Just love Adrian. Good morning to you. Thank you for chiming in. Also, Sky Carlton at Deep Clean, Texas with us. Quentin Glaze joining us as well. Linda and Richard, thank you all for being on with us. Jennifer Augustinetti saying it's a fabulous Friday. Y'all have a blessed week. I always love her positivity. Thank you, Jennifer. Kyle Kreiner with the good morning, y'all. He eagerly awaits to get in outside. We'll let you in a minute. Jamie Saucier, good morning to you. And many, many others. Continue to chime in and let us know that you're out there. We'll take that brief break. We'll talk about unity. We'll wrap it up when we come back. It's your show, as always, brought to you by
Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home.
We're bucking for you.
In Huntsville, Texas.
We'll take a brief break.
You know the guy that took those pictures for those postcards passed away the other day?
Did he really?
Yeah.
Oh, man. I had no idea.
Yeah.
Did he still live here in Huntsville?
Mm-hmm. Well, I think he was at a nursing facility in Trinity, but I mean,
Man.
yeah.
Never got it. You and I talked about going over there to visit him. Never got a chance to. Doggone it. Well, we'll take a break. Stay with us. More to come at your show as we wrap it up when we come back. This is Good Morning Huntsville as we let Kyle in.
Yeah, come on in, Kyle.
Come on in now.
Hi, I'm Billy Cauthen, manager of Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. We know times of loss are tough, and you need a place to feel comfortable and cared for. At Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, we pride ourselves on being with you during those really tough days. You can rest assured that we will be on your side and by your side every step of the way. Thank you for your trust. Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, supporting families every day, every step.
Tomorrow's Promise Montessori schools believe in creating spaces where children can learn, grow, and use their imaginations. At any Tomorrow's Promise location, children enjoy the largest playgrounds in town. Tomorrow's Promise Montessori is a fun school where every child learns at their own pace, and mastery of a concept is expected before moving on to the next concept. At Tomorrow's Promise, every child is respected, loved, and nurtured for the unique individual that they are.
Tomorrow's Promise Academy on Veterans Memorial now open. Visit tomorrowspromise.info for more information. Education you can trust. The Oak Ridge Disciple House is a faith-based 501c3 nonprofit Christian character building ministry helping men 18 and older who are suffering from drug and alcohol addictions. If you or someone you know needs help, there is light at the end of the tunnel, and that light can be found through the Oak Ridge Disciple House. For more information, visit oakridgedisciplehouse.com. Hey friends, Rob Hipp, Media and Community Outreach Minister here at First Baptist Church, Huntsville. Let me ask you, when's the last time you felt real hope? Maybe it's been a while since you've been to church, or maybe you've never felt connected to a church at all. Well, friends, that's okay. Here at First Baptist, we're a harbor of hope, and we welcome everyone just as they are. We have programs throughout the week for all ages to come together, ask questions, grow in faith, and find the hope that only Jesus Christ can bring. Whether you're looking for a fresh start or a community to call home, we'd love for you to join us. Come experience something real. For more information, visit fbchuntsville.org. First Baptist Church, Huntsville, a harbor of hope.
In this harbor of hope, we are safe inside.
This is KHSP LP, Huntsville, Texas, the spirit of Huntsville.
Spirit of Huntsville, Spirit of Huntsville, Spirit
All right, friends, back at it as we wrap up here in just a few. Kyle Kreiner now making his way. Kyle's in shorts. I've never seen that guy in shorts before. Let's get a camera on that guy.
We don't. It'll blind us.
I'm glad he's wearing a Magellan shirt, man.
Hey, Rick Longnecker used to call me lantern legs. My legs are so wide.
We can't see nothing, Daddy. Bring in lantern long leg in here.
Yeah.
Hey, welcome back. Here we are with Billy Cauthen, Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. Billy, I want to talk about something that's pretty important this morning that was on my heart. And it was this morning. I posted it before we had the small world war this morning at the house with the little ones. But I thought about that this morning as I woke up. I always try to wake up and think of something. And I want to read this real quick because I feel like so many times maybe it's human nature. And again, I always want to say things that don't come across in a judgmental way because it's not what I'm trying to be. But I think that there's some validity to this. So often we hear about unity in church. How many times do you hear that on a Sunday sermon?
Oh, yeah.
We need to come together. We need to come together. But yet there are differences that still try to keep people apart. I think a lot of that's human nature. One group won't talk to another just because they attend somewhere else. How many times have we seen that? Or if someone walks in from another church, oh, they go to that church? But I want to remind you that God never called us to be divided. He called us to be one body. And I thought a lot about what happened Wednesday and what continues to happen. And I said, if we want to see this country come together stronger, I believe it starts first and foremost with the church. And believers must unite and celebrate the goodness of the Lord together. And quit talking about unity and really start living it. When we put aside the small things and come together in love, that's when his power, the power of Christ, is released in greater ways. So it's not about one little group here, another little group over here, and this group here, and we're not going to talk to them because they do that. That's not what it's about. We are stronger, brighter, and more effective when we can collaboratively come together and walk in unity. And so my challenge today is for people to choose today to see other believers not as competition, but as family. We're family. As a believer, we're family. We're brothers and sisters in Christ. And yeah, brothers and sisters are going to quarrel. They're going to push each other. They're going to stomp each other around. But you know what? They're still brothers and sisters, and there needs to be unity.
Especially in my house.
So when the body of Christ stands together, nothing can stop what God wants to do. Nothing. And my challenge is for all churches, for pastors. We do it here at First. Many other churches do this as well. Pray for other churches in our community. Could we do that? Could we pray for other churches? Not just our own church, but other churches, because literally we're all one church, that we all need to come together. And so I think if we do that, when we stand together, nothing can stop what God is going to do and what he wants to do. And so my challenge this morning is to stay in unity and watch how God can take the bodies of his believers, the body of believers, further than any of us have ever dreamed. Billy, I brought this up for a reason because you're sitting here and I've had the chance to get to know the Rev, Jeff Powers, over at Christ the King Methodist. You guys have been such valuable partners in a lot of what we do here, and we try to partner with you guys. I just kind of wanted your thoughts on that, man. I love y'all's church and the way that Pastor Powers, communicates and his heart to serve as well. So maybe expand on that a little bit, just what you see from that.
We try to include, like when we're doing like missions type stuff, we try to include everybody. Like, we do the Sleep in Heavenly Peace, which is something we visited back when the show first started.
Yeah.
We got the whatever on that, and we're doing that. And, anytime we do that, it's an open invitation to anyone that wants to come. And, especially if you got like a group of people that, you want to come and do that, man, well, we're knocking those beds out. They're doing great. I mean, I'm not personally involved in it, but, the number that we got of young people in Walker County that needed beds, we're knocking those numbers out. Those people that are showing up on Saturday and blowing sawdust everywhere, man, they're getting after it, and we're really proud of them. So, we try to be, open there. And then, of course, our worshiping, anybody can come in, and we do a lot of outreach over in like the just the project area. We try to do that. And then we also go to some of the parks, and we'll just cook hot dogs, man. Just come by and get a hot dog. Just no strings attached. Get you something to eat, get you something to drink, and just let the the love of Christ come over you.
I love that, man. It's my desire. Yeah, Kyle said you don't like no strings.
Yeah, that's why we don't attach the strings. Shut up.
But I mean, it truly is my desire. If we want to see change, I really do believe that it starts in the body of Christ. It has to. I mean, yeah, we got to do things at home, obviously, and I think that's important. I mean, what you do at home is going to articulate what happens out when you're in public. You know, it's always going to come to light. And so you got to start at your home. But part of your home is being united in a church and being together. I'm not talking about just you being connected to a church. I'm talking about the churches coming together as well.
Yeah.
It's so important. And I don't get it. I don't understand it, Billy, why there is this spirit of competition. I have said it over and over and over again. If there is a spirit of competition, what that ends up doing is that allows the enemy to infiltrate in certain pockets and certain areas.
Well,
and I'm not a fan of that. We need to come together.
Competition is human nature.
It is. But competition is human nature, but I don't think there's a place for it in the church.
No, there's not.
Because the only thing that we should be competing for is souls for Christ.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying this any organization, because I've seen churches in this community come together in huge ways. You know, Northside, UHBC, us here at FBC, First Presbyterian, so many churches. You know, I start naming churches and leave somebody out, and then I'll offend somebody, and that's not my intention. But what I'm saying is, let's come together as a body of believers. And the next time you walk by somebody, say, "Oh, they go to that church." Man, don't have that attitude. You know what? You know what you should do? You walk by that person at HEB. Hey, man, how are things going over there at your church? Awesome. Hey, do you want to take a minute and pray real quick? And just pray right there in the store. There's nothing wrong with that. Take that moment and say, well, you know what? I want to pray for your church. Will you pray for my church?
Right there by the tortillas.
I'm going to tell you. Yeah, right by the tortillas. Man, you start throwing tortillas at each. You know what's funny that you mentioned that? Who did I run into by the tortillas the other day?
Who'd you run into?
And I prayed with him. Cactus Jack.
Oh, yeah?
The landscaping guy. I saw Cactus Jack, man. Poor dude had a stroke about 6 months ago, and he's been slowly recovering. But we were literally by the – it's funny you said that because we were by the tortillas.
I miss eating their sea salt chips. God almighty.
What, HEB?
Mm-hmm.
They got rid of them?
No, I can't have them.
Oh. So I think if we do that, man, it's an opportunity to see people really start coming together. And I like it. The Christian Academy said this. They said there's united in Christ where there is strife and division, every evil abounds. And that's right, man. That's so good. And I appreciate you chiming in this morning. Well, Billy, I know we got to get rolling here in just a few minutes. We're right at an hour today, surprisingly. Normally it's about an hour and a half, you know. But any final remarks from you, from what y'all are doing at the funeral home, or any closing statements, man? I appreciate you being here today. It's good to have you back, man.
Yeah, I'm glad to be here. Lasso? No, we don't rope people our place. We treat them very kindly and gently.
No, Lasso, your imagination's coming up, so I'll be there. I'll be there Saturday. Going to be a great event. I know a lot of folks are going to be there for that, and I love helping to promote childhood literacy in this community. That's important, and you guys are involved. I mean, y'all are involved in so many things. Y'all are sponsoring a table for that at the funeral home, and
we're involved in too much stuff.
You're involved in everything, which is good. It's good, man.
Not financially.
But no, thank you for being involved, man. But what do you got going on? I know y'all got a service today.
Service today, 2 tomorrow. Just trying to treat these families with the utmost respect and integrity that they deserve. So
there's a new theme song coming out. Respect them, don't neglect them. Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. I got to laugh at Kyle on that one.
I don't know. ABC 13 News could probably rip that apart.
Oh, man. I'm going to AI a song like that. Is that all right, man? A little R&B song or something?
Yeah, let's just not.
Send it to Greg, see if he approves it. All right.
Look, I'm not trying to upset that man.
You like that? Respect them, don't neglect. Oh, man. Y'all do good work.
We do. God, and
excellent work.
I get to see it in the people that work for us and through us, that just the level of compassion and care that they have for these families that come in, even just the pre-planning and stuff like that. I'm to the point now I just love to watch it. I just love to watch it. It warms my heart to watch. When these people come in, Carrie, Judith, Jason, Blenda, everyone, they're there. God, they just love on these people and take care of them. And we never say no. We just figure out how to make it work, and it feels good to be a part of that team, even when I'm not calling the shots. I'm just watching.
You would think in a time of tragedy, losing somebody, that's a tragic time.
Mm-hmm.
There's joy in that. If they're a believer, you see a lot of joy. You see joy in death as well. It's not easy, but you do. But I think a lot about, y'all offered me a privilege, Billy, to come in and help with some families and officiate a service. And I saw there was so much, of course there's sorrow. You lost your son. But I saw joy in those people as well. And I saw joy and I saw hope. And I'm going to tell you, I thoroughly enjoyed, in the midst of that heartache, I enjoyed talking to that family and seeing that family smile.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it takes a right partner in the process of grieving. And what do I mean by that? I mean it takes a right partner in who you're going to choose to help facilitate that difficult process of having to take care of your loved one and their final goodbye moments that you'll have with them. And y'all have done it so well, Billy. I got to, that service I did a couple of weeks ago was the first time I had an opportunity to be there with a family in that moment. You guys invited me in. I said, if I do this, I want to come meet with the family. I said, no, we want you to. And I met with that family for an hour, and I didn't want to leave. I wanted to keep talking to them. But that starts with how you guys interact at first, and you guys set the tone. And that's something to be commended on, because I expected to walk in there. I expected it to be extremely difficult. I'll be honest. I expected there to be a lot of tears, which rightfully so. But there were some tears, but it was total opposite of what I was expecting. Going in and talking to that family.
Well, I have personally made funeral arrangements for loved ones before I was in the funeral industry, so I know how we felt with those situations. And whenever I got into this, I promised myself that I would never treat people that way. So when you come into my place, you're getting someone who has been there, done that, sat in that chair, had to make those decisions. So I'm going to try to make it easy as possible, make you feel at home, and let you know that you are truly loved, and we do appreciate you allowing us to serve the most precious thing you have, which is your loved ones.
That's it, man. Well, Billy, thank you, brother. Thank you for your compassion, your friendship, and you don't get enough credit for what you do, man. So thank you for just loving this community.
Mm-hmm.
When I think of Huntsville, I think of Billy. I think of Billy Cauthen. I think of Billy Cauthen first and foremost. Well, friends, that'll wrap it up. Thank you for hanging out with us this week. A great week. Don't forget, Lasso Your Imagination coming up tomorrow. Going to be a great event out at the Walker County Fairgrounds. I think there may still be a couple of tickets remaining. You can find out more information online and get those tickets at tinyurl.com/Lasso tickets. That's tinyurl.com/Lasso tickets. We'll be back at it on Monday with Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools. Maybe we can do a recap of how things went. We know they'll go well. And as of right now, we have a pretty free week, too. So if any of you know of anybody that wants to come in and be on the show, typically we're booked up. So it's an atypical week. Next week, we don't have a lot of guests booked up. And I'm sure that will fill up, though, as the weekend comes through. For Billy Cauthen, I'm Rob Hipp, reminding you this morning we're not strong enough alone to make it on our own. We're really not, friends. So please, please provide a word of encouragement, because words do make a difference, and so do actions. So be there, support somebody, and let them know that you love them. That'll wrap it up. We'll see you back Monday, 7:30. Until then, good morning, Huntsville. God bless, and have a blessed weekend. Thank you, Billy.
See ya.